Okay. So, what is teamwork?
Okay.
My guest, Aga Hutcheson, the Wizard of Creation, expert and active creative workshops provider in the field of teamwork. She's cooperating with businesses in various industries. And today, let's chat about teamwork in a beauty salon.
What is teamwork and how important it is in work environment?
Okay, so teamwork, there's a really broad definition of teamwork, and I can't specify how important teamwork is. In my opinion, it's probably the most important thing that you need to remember about while working with a small team, larger team, and that's where my business idea came from, about doing creative workshops, team building creative workshops. And I know there's a huge need in every industry, and I'm really, really excited about doing some teamwork activities and creative workshops in beauty industry, because we're probably going to talk about it later on a little bit more in detail, but there's definitely need for that in smaller businesses, smaller beauty kind of salons, as much as in large salons. And let's go into a few details maybe.
Yeah. Okay. What inspired you to focus now on team building workshops for beauty salons?
Okay, it's very, very simple. I see huge need talking to different people, my colleagues, some of my friends, but also people in beauty industry. I was asked, and some of the business people that I've been working with are in beauty industry. So they've been asking me, would you be interested in doing team building workshops in beauty industry? And absolutely, after having a chat, I said, there's a huge need for team building events and for something good. I suppose after COVID, we're all forgetting about how important our own mental health is.
Definitely.
So as individuals, as business owners, as people that are working there, and it doesn't matter what position you're working in, you could be on reception, you could be doing admin, you could be doing marketing, anything at all that you're doing in beauty industry. It's like any other industry. And the good thing about it is everybody wants to go back into beauty and wants to get their nails done, their lashes done, and hair done, which is wonderful. But then we need to look after the employees, and we need to look after people that are working for us. Because if we don't have happy employees, we don't have a happy business, a successful business. So in this case, it's very, very important to organise team building events, to get the team together, to make sure that everybody working for us is really, really happy. And then we're happy with their work. So it's a bit like a circle. It goes all the way around. So it starts in the top. Definitely it all comes from the management. But if you have the little links joined together and everybody else is happy, definitely you have a successful business. So.
Yeah, because some salons, they closed after pandemic as well. So maybe do you think they were missing that link where they couldn't keep their teams together?
Yeah, and I've been talking to a lot of owners, a lot of managers, and even hair salons, local hair salons, and they're saying, look, they couldn't get their staff to actually take part in the activities that they were organising because there was a lot of online stuff, a lot of training, and there were, during the COVID was very, very difficult because everything was done online, but the successful people, the people that invest in, and there's a very well-known salon, a lady, local lady that runs 3 actually hairdressers, lives nearby, and she invested in her staff, and she always done team building. She brought them away. She done team building events, and she retained her staff. And not only that, actually a lot of people inquired because they could see the fun they're having. They were having a lot of stuff online, and they were selling their products. So even they couldn't do hair and they couldn't do beauty, they were selling their products online. So now she opened another salon, new salon, and she's getting more hairdressers working in the salon. And I have to say I admire her because she invested her money and time during pandemic and before pandemic as well. So the team was already there. So it's not something, sometimes people say, well, it's one event enough, and how often do I do team building? I said, well, it depends how much time you have, but I would definitely say it's something that needs to be ongoing.
Yeah.
So you invest in your staff, you get it back. They're loyal to you. You retain your staff. You don't have to retrain staff. You don't have to re-employ. So it's like a circle that goes around. You know, if you have happy employees, you have happy customers, you have happy business, and at the end of the day, it
Everybody
brings
benefits from that.
That's right, and brings great profits for the business. So huge benefits in team building, and we all know about traditional team building, like going out for a meal or a few drinks or whatever. What I do is something completely different. I dip into creative sides. I use your own kind of uniqueness in my workshop, but I also encourage and promote, I suppose, self-development as part of my workshops. So, so you invest in yourself and you kind of discover and you plan. So if you're happy...
each individual in the team invest in themselves and the owner as well of the salon.
That's right, yeah. So like...
So the owner takes part in the workshops as well.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, it's I never had any team building workshops without the owners, because I find if the head of the operation is not there, I mean, it can't function. So they have to be very, very present. Now, I'm not saying they have to be there every day in the salon, or they have to be there working with them. Sometimes some people are not from beauty industry and it still works, but they have to be there during the team building, and they get to know their staff much better as well, and that's what it's all about. Plus, people, from my own experience, I know a lot of people have amazing gifts that they're not using in the salons. A very simple example, and we can talk about it later, is social media. How many young girls now are big into social media, and how exactly, but why don't we use it? So again, I encourage the owners of the salons to invest in their gifts. So, and also give them freedom. It's not only investment, it's not about money and the time, it's giving them freedom.
Recognizing the talents.
Exactly. And giving them responsibilities and saying, well, if you feel you have that gift, show me, how can you do the things? Or can you look after this campaign for me? Can you interact? Can you like and share? Can you encourage your friends to like and share? Can you do all those things?
So it's the communication.
Absolutely. And I think that goes for, even if people are not into social media, for all the employees, they should always like and share on social media, the likes of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever work they're doing, they should be tagging the business and they should be sharing. And the logo of the business should be on the videos and on the photos that they're taking, not their own names and not their own initiatives, but the logo. So they're working for the business.
So
but yes,
we all create this company and let's use that logo.
There's no I in a team. It's all about teamwork. And I always say there's no I in a team.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent. Many salon owners struggle with maintaining a positive and cohesive team culture. How can your workshop help salon owners?
Okay, so I work with a lot of people that come to me that their staff are either burnt out, they're not happy, they're thinking about leaving them, or maybe they're thinking about closing down their business. And how can teamwork help? Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. So again, coming back to it, let's invest, let's put a strategy into place that this is something that we're going to be doing. So at the beginning, I would invest, I would actually come into the business and organize a little meeting. And sometimes that's very important. Or the owner might actually arrange a meeting where they meet with the staff and ask them, what are the problems? So in this case, with beauty salons, like a lot of people are feeling they have to work at the weekends. It's the usual stuff, you know, they don't want to be, or they're not earning enough. And what can we do? So going into the team building workshop, I always know what the problem is. So yes, I do specialize in creative workshops, but we also touch on the psychology, we touch onto the happiness and self-development and, you know, all different things depending on and sometimes it's just being nice to each other and promoting each other rather than feeling it's a competition, because a lot of women, especially in beauty industry, they feel it's a lot of competition. Absolutely. But we don't have to compete. There's enough work for everybody and we all specialize in different things. Even the likes of nail technicians, if you have 4 or 5 nail technicians and they're all good at different things. There's ladies that like to come for manicures only, and there's ladies that like gels, there's other ladies that love artwork, there's some ladies that love only French, And if you specialize in certain, you have your clients, they will come back to you. So if you know that somebody is really good with artwork, don't try to retain that customer. Say, do you know what? I love what I do, but my friend Megan is extremely well, or she's amazing with artwork. And like that, social media, this is what she was doing. Check out social media and recommend one to another, and to recommend yourselves to different customers. And then you always do what you love doing, plus your colleagues are happy because they're doing and they're gaining new customers, and then they're sending you somebody, and it works. It's like a circle. It works all the way around. So, I mean, you're happy, your colleagues are happy, and the owner is happy because everybody is working together, rather than having a competition and saying, oh, make sure you rebook with me and don't go to anybody else. And I hear that even in different salons.
Me.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not all about that. When you work for a company, or when you work for, even when you work for yourself, that's another very important point. Share the love, share the work. So only because you have 20 years or 40 years or whatever of experience, and some people are very experienced, it doesn't mean that you're the best in your field, and it doesn't mean that everybody should be only coming to you. In fact, you should be, because you're paying your employees, you should be using the talents that you have in your business. So it's extremely important to be able to recommend one another. And that's what I do during team building events. I say, how can we recommend it? We do different games, different activities, but it's all about fun, all about coming in with a positive attitude. And even if you're really upset, or you had a bad day, or something happened, always at the end of the workshop, you come out with a smile and you create something.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, you create something, and it's great.
So that's
because
the difference.
That's right.
Because what you offer is creative workshops. So what's the difference between creative workshops and, let's say, ordinary building? Team building workshops.
So my creative workshops would allow you to have 1 to 2 hours of a workshop when you're making something. So you're creating a bespoke piece, which every employee is going to bring with them. So for example, you can have a candle, and you can use a decoupage technique where you're decorating the candle, and even all working off the same or similar materials. They're all unique. So I'm showing to people, I don't do demos. What I encourage people to use their own initiative. So I bring an example of work that I want them to do, just to give them an idea, and I teach them how to do it from creative side, but I want them to use their own imagination, and the results are just amazing. I love to see different, because everybody is different, and that's why. And then it's easy to talk about teamwork, and it's easy to talk about being part of because when we're putting at the end of the workshop, when we're putting all the creations in the middle of the table, we can see we're all working off similar materials, or the same materials, but they're all different. There's no two same creations, or there's no repetition, or people don't. And even if there is, I always come over and I say, well, yours look a little bit like Mary's. Do you want to add something else? Well, maybe you're into diamantes or pearls or whatever, you know. And also what I love my sustainable workshops where you can reuse stuff. So say, for example, if you were a beautician and you're working with nails, you had all nail polishes. I have a great team building workshop sustainable team building workshop where you can use all the nail polishes, and you can make a marble effect on the glass. And the glass pieces could be bowls, could be glasses, could be champagne glasses, anything that you have at home. So everybody brings something from home that belongs to them, but you're giving them a second life. And then you do a beautiful display in the salon. And you're using those products and using those materials. There could be a bowl for sweets that you're giving to them. It could be a glass that you're using for little flower arranging that you're doing at the reception, or it could be something that you're serving something in then afterwards. And it gets people talking as well. So your customers are asking, oh my God, where did you get that? And I said, well, you know what? Such and such, whatever, made that. And I made this one. And do you want to see, Jenny, the boss, made this one? And people start talking. Could be all of these.
Teamwork.
Exactly.
Together.
And you're bringing all the stuff into the salon, into your business, and you get people talking. Another really good one in hairdressers could be using your old scissors and decorating them.
Oh, wow.
So, spraying them and putting flowers onto them and putting diamantes and putting ribbons and whatever you're into.
Decorate some part of the salon with that.
Exactly. So either using, you can decorate a wall then and have a feature wall, or you can use the window display. So that's
good
another
idea.
really, really good one.
So during the workshop, they create something that it's not necessarily connected with their work.
That's right, yeah.
But they're doing something creative.
That's right, yeah.
And then you observe how they interacted.
That's right.
And then at the end of the workshop, do you give some reports to the owner, or how does it work?
Absolutely, yeah. So there's two parts of it. There's the creative side. As I said, always with the creative side, it comes what I call gains. Really, they're not games. I'm gaining what people, and from doing team building events, I know I would always talk to the owner. I would say, what do you think the problem is? Then I maybe talk to the staff during the thing, and I'd say, well, let's be open, let's be honest. What do you think we could improve, and what are the problems, and what works and what doesn't work? And we're all here to make it better. And the best ideas sometimes come out during the workshops, and people feel comfortable, exactly, having fun. I would say, but you know what, I want to improve that. And then the receptionist might say, well, I want all those pieces to be displayed in the reception because we have 2 shelves that are empty all the time, and I'm sick and tired of, selling the products. You get people talking by actually displaying the work. So whatever it is, whatever we're making, we're using in the salon as the talking point, and obviously using for your social media, using for your website, using for all that sorts of stuff. And again, if we can do sustainable arts and crafts workshop, that's ticking all my boxes, because I think that's huge at the moment. And if we can reuse something from the salon, and again, I came up with completely different, like every business is different, but sometimes people want to change the decor in the salon. And I would say, let's use the old cushions that you have. Let's use whatever it is, like maybe chairs in the salon that you have. Let's paint them. Like there was a lady that had wooden chairs she was using, and she wanted to put, to kind of make the salon more modern. So we used her old chairs.
Everyone did one chair?
They worked together. Yeah. So there was only 3 chairs altogether, or actually 4 chairs altogether, but we only used 3. And the owner worked with them. So we're all swapping and changing it. They were all doing they were using different paints. And if we can use the paint, I love Rediscovery Centre because they have recycled paint.
All right, yes.
So if you could use that, or if you can recycle your own paint from home, even better again. And again, it cuts all the cost of paying for the paint and paying for primer and paying for bring your old brushes from home. Encourage people to take part in it and actually give ideas, and
everybody contributes.
Yeah, and again, it's the coupage, or it's using stickers, or it's using whatever. And those chairs could be used outdoor as well. So if they're varnished, they could be the new outdoor area that you created with your staff. And isn't that amazing? And then the bowl that's in the middle has little flower arrangement or whatever. And again, the flowers, everybody has a responsibility of cutting a little bit of foliage and greenery once a week and replacing that, because they're taught how to do that and how simple it is.
Something done together.
Yeah, and there could be, maybe a painting brush, or there could be something else arty kind of in the middle, or an old nail polish stuck to the wooden, painting brush. I mean, just for the artistic look. And they feel then, okay, they've done the workshop, but they have something to go with when they go back into their salons, into their businesses, what they have something to show for as well. And they have ideas then to explore on and to work on. So they're making them responsible for something, rather than just saying, well, I'm the owner, I'm doing everything. I'm doing the decor, I'm doing the flowers, I'm doing this and I don't want any help because I know it.
I'm the best.
And I am the best.
I know how it works and everything.
Yeah. And a lot of people in beauty industry, I find, are very, very creative, which I love that about them. Not only in beauty industry, but especially. So sometimes
there's colours and all of that.
Exactly. So we don't realise we have gifted employees that we're not using their gifts. And we don't give them the opportunity actually to show them off. So why not do that and inspire them?
Excellent. So how we can book the workshops with you? Okay,
so you can go onto my social media, which is The Wizard of Creation, or you can email me at thewizofcreation@gmail.com. I suppose that's 2 very easy ways. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook as well. hopefully be able to work together. So you can go through Magnetic Ireland, your own website, or we could organise.
We'll leave a link below.
Absolutely, yeah. We will do a link below, and we let people click on it and to see the video as well. And if anybody has any questions, I would encourage people to actually ask questions. And again, when we're talking about team building, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that's going to be really expensive. It's going to be thousands." It's not like that. I love, especially with sustainable team building, it's very reasonable, and it's very, it's definitely a huge investment in your employees, very cheap way of investing in your employees and retaining your staff. And I keep saying it over and over. I know it's like I'm like a broken record sometimes.
No.
retaining your staff, because you don't have to re-employ anybody. You don't have to, and the cost of it, a lot of people are not thinking about,
Losing business.
Yes, they're losing business, but it's costing them so much. They retrain somebody else at the train, even if they have new young people. I mean, it's extremely expensive. When you sit down and you add all the costs, you can do probably 10 team building events for that price.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a million.
Aga from The Wizard of Creation.
Thank you, everybody.